to a family in New Hampshire and a family of Iowa just out of my own pocket, just to illustrate, you know what, $1,000 a month will actually like do you and your household good.
And I got
how
clearance. Did you pick these people?
We had a bunch of submissions online for New Hampshire. In Iowa, we're still taking submissions. So if you know people in Iowa that could use $1,000 a month, just go to yang2020.com, nominate them, and then we'll pick someone. And there's no obligation. So it's out of my own pocket. And there's no obligation. So the FEC was like, well, you know, no problem. It's just an act of philanthropy or like, you know, a gift.
Right.
And then a family in Georgia was so touched by my campaign that they're now supplying $1,000 a month to a family in South Carolina in honor of Martin Luther King, who was for basic income. So we're really inverting this mindset of like scarcity and take, and being like, look, there's like plenty to go around. We're like the richest and most advanced society in the history of the world. And we can make lives better just by coming together as a people. There's nothing stopping the majority of citizens in a democracy from voting ourselves a dividend.
I love the idea, man. I really do. And I love the idea of trying to find solutions to this obvious issue that's impending and that it just seems like we're not going to escape. I mean, it seems like automation is coming. There's no way to get around it.
No way. There's no way around it, for sure. I mean, it's here with us already. It's inevitable. And the danger we're in right now is that if we don't respond to it, then there's going to be a lot of anger about the changes that are coming our way. And so a bunch of techies are actually supporting my campaign because a lot of techies are not jerks. They're just like, I'm doing my job. I'm just like, you know, my job actually just tends to result in other people losing their jobs.
Right.
And so what I say to them, and they agree, it's like, this is enlightened self-interest for us all. It's like progress should be something we're excited about. There is a world where we're celebrating the fact that the truckers are getting liberated from their trucks.
Right.
Because that's a really difficult, punishing job.
Especially on their backs.
Yes. And so the goal is to try and make it so that people are actually able to be happy about the inevitable. You know, it was a quote in my book. Bismarck was like, if we're going to go through a revolution, you'd rather undertake it than undergo it. You know, it's like if the revolution's coming, then we need to get in front of it and start making it work for us instead of just waiting for it to tear us apart.
Well, I love the idea, and it would be amazing if you won. I mean, it really would be fascinating. And like I said, I've done a complete 180 on the idea of universal basic income, but particularly once I started talking to Elon about it, and he was saying that it's inevitable, that you're going to need something like that, that it's coming.
Yeah, and to close on this, man, it's like, okay, so if you accept what Elon said, that it's inevitable, which I 100% agree with, let's say you go too early. What is the downside? Well, let's see, you alleviate